Hello my friends, welcome to a new video. Today a very exciting review about a transforming simrig, the Coffeeracer Play. No matter how you look at it, available living space is at a premium in certain places, and it is fascinating to see what companies come up with in order to maximize space efficiency. The Coffeeracer lineup is one of those unique attempts, and I was looking forward in seeing how good it really was, both as a stylish coffee table and a simrig. An important aspect, as always on a simrig, is the configuration. The pedal base can be slid back and forwards over almost the entire length of the body of the rig. The pedal plate itself also has different positions to incline your pedals to around 30 degrees. The entire configuration of the Coffeeracer Play can be done on the fly. The wheelbase can be adapted in height, and it also features the ability to slide forwards for about 10 centimeters. This makes it more easy to fine-tune. What I'm missing here is some decent inclination. When the wheelbase is locked in height, it can only be tilted very slightly, but not really enough for my taste. Because the pedals slide very close to the wheelbase and the wheelbase itself can be positioned relatively low, the Coffeeracer is also suitable for smaller people and kids. It is a bit weird if you see someone with his legs in a coffee table to raise, but well, this is how the system works. What I wanted to say is that the distance here between these two pillars is 45 centimeters. Now for me, I didn't have an issue. I could fit my legs through it. They rested a bit against the sides, yes, but they fitted nonetheless. However, I would say that somebody that has a bit of larger muscular legs, it would be much more difficult to fit in this room. It is a very, very small room. The other thing that I want to mention is you have this this plate here, and this is also something that if you have a bit of a lower seat, that you can rest with your calves onto this panel, and this may cause also for some discomfort. Now of course, if you have a bit of a higher seat, then well, you go just over the panel here, so there is no issue. But I would have loved to see that there was a way to clap in this panel here downwards, so that you have a bit more room when you drive. The rest of the design, when in wheel stand mode, I would call a bit bland. It's completely black, and although I love the Coffeeracer logo on it when folded out, it will not win any beauty awards. But then again, is this really a necessity when in use, since most of the time it will be folded in anyways? The folding out mechanism itself is solid and basic, but might need a bit of a wiggle to get it into position. When we look at the build quality, I think it's really high-end build quality. This is made out of steel, and well, you feel it also. If you buy this, you won't break it. I mean, it is really well made. 45 kilograms, also so nice and heavy. The entire construction, it really feels high-end, and that is also necessary because of the transforming aspect of having it in a living room. Well, you want it to be well finished also, and this is really the case. This is something that they really took care of in the Coffeeracer Play. The pedal base is well secured, and the flex generated when braking hard is very minimal and not noticeable. What is noticeable is that it tends to move because of the wheels. They are lockable but still have a bit of play in them. The wheelbase itself is also very stable. Again here, I will say that the main movement comes from the wheels. I am not sure if a wheel with the brake is really the most ideal solution for this hardware, and that perhaps the stability would benefit more with an elegant design of the GT Omega caster wheels. It has to be said though, that the stability of this rig is topping the class of transformable and foldable sim racing cockpits. The features that it have, well, it comes on wheels, and it are also very decent quality wheels. I have not seen this quality of wheels before on any sim rig, so very decent quality wheels. Inside there is also some room for cable management functions, and also there is a PSU tray in it. So it's not there are not a lot of features, but the features that there are very nice. And of course, the biggest feature of them all, you can transform it into a table, so that's fantastic. I really like the fact that you can transform it, and I put this Coffeeracer coffee table in my living room for a month now, and it lives up to all expectations when it comes to a coffee table. The only problem that I have with it, I will demonstrate. It makes a lot of noise when you put stuff on it. Now, Coffeeracer has of course anticipated this, and they brought out another model also. This one is the Coffeeracer Play, but there is also the Coffeeracer Living, which will incorporate a nice wooden tablet, and which makes it more suitable for putting stuff really on it. But I have to say, as a coffee table, for me, this one is already nice. You can put some cloth on it also to dampen the noise a bit when you put stuff on it, or you can just be a bit careful when you do. So when we look at the options, well, there are several options available. You have an attachment for your desk chair so that you don't slip away. You have shifter holder. You have the side mounting for direct drive bases. And front mounting also, and that's about it that you have. So there are some options available, not too many, but what I want to stress is that for every option it will cost you around 100 euro. So 17 euro it was for a shifter holder. I do think that is very expensive. I have not tested it, so I can't tell you why it is so expensive, but in my opinion 117 euro for a shifter holder, that is quite expensive. The same for the attachment of the desk chair, also around 100 euro. That's very pricey. Yeah? So when we look at the price for the Play here, it is 699 euro. Normally it's 799, but there is 100 reduction. 100 euro reduction at the moment. There is also the Living, so the one with the wooden finishing, which comes in at minimum 1180 euro, so north of 1000 euro. And then there is the Go, which comes in at 499, normally 549, but also a reduction on that one. The availability for this simrig, I don't think you can get it via retailer, so it is exclusively via the Coffeeracer website. Shipment is also has to be added. Normally the availability will be Europe for sure. There is also now the availability in the US, so they are in the US also with a warehouse. So it is, availability is quite good also already. But don't forget shipment of this package. It will so the Play and the Living, they come fully assembled, so the shipment price will also be quite high, 45 kilograms. You know what the shipment price will be when you order it. As a conclusion, well, you guys know that I am really a fan of this, and I can't stress enough the 2 points: the space, the available space, and the partner acceptance of a simrig. And this here, it feels a step in the right direction, a very large step in the right direction, because with a wheel stand, with a foldable rig, you still, you need to put it somewhere. It may not take a lot of space, but you need to place it somewhere. With this, well, it is all covered up, so it is camouflaged. Your partner won't even know that you have a simrig unless that you fold it out. But it is really a stealth one. So I think, for people that don't have a lot of space, for people that have a bit of a more difficult spouse when it comes to aesthetics, this is really a very good solution. But I'm also thinking further. So for example, you have already a fixed rig, but you have this niece or this nephew that comes over and that wants to race from time to time, but you really don't have the space to put another one. Take this one. It is very nice. You can put it in your living room, you can unfold it, and it is stable also. It is more stable than any of the other foldable solutions that I tested at this moment. So it's really a good deal, I think, to get. Now, is it the best thing since sliced bread? Of course not. The unfolding mechanism still feels very crude. The wheels make the entire structure move slightly, and the transform factor could still be a bit higher. For example, with blades that clap in or the top that stays connected to the rig in a position that you don't need to remove all on it when in use. There are still plenty of things that can be improved, but the Dutch company is onto something with this concept and I can only applaud their vision for it. One thing is for sure, after this review, Coffeeracer gained a fan with this product. So thank you all for watching. I hope you had something from this video. Leave a like if you did. Subscribe if you want to see more videos. I really had fun with this piece of hardware. So if you guys out there, you know other transforming rigs, please let me know in the comments and I will see you all next video. Bye bye.